What's going on, guys? It's the One Round Raiko, and today we are here with the Gundam Deathscythe Hell Metal Robot Spirits figure, and this one was provided by viewers like you, and actually Mr. Emerald Gamer himself of the Mineral Gamers, Cole.
Hello, everybody.
This was my housewarming gift that I was ordered, and I think it was slated for September. It was November when it was actually arrived. I think no, I haven't had it that long. It's been a couple weeks, but it's not been that long.
It's been a bit since we last talked about it or ordered it.
Maybe.
Great place, by the way.
Yeah.
It's not my first time, but we're gonna pretend it is.
Yeah. Have I not had you in a video since you've been here?
No, I have not.
Really,
Michael? I haven't.
Did we not
been
do
in
it?
a video of
we
yours
had
since
we had High Boy when you first came by. That's what we did. Okay. Yeah.
It's been a long ass time since I've been on since the Rollin peeps have seen me. Hello, everybody.
And then also Donovan is here. This is like a couple hours after Sazabi. He's just sitting over there being himself, being Mr. Peanut. So,
That's me.
Yep, there he is.
We're
over there.
Content house boys. Let's go.
Oh God. And then also, we gotta respect the drip. One of the few times you ever actually anymore. We got the drip. We're doing Deathscythe. I gotta rep the Deathscythe shirt, bro. We in here. Anyway, yes, this is the Metal Robot Spirits Gundam Deathscythe Hell. And yes, I'm gonna do that every time. As much as her, yeah, we're emo, bro. Look at it. I mean, is there a more edgy, like literally edgy mech suit than Deathscythe? It's in the name.
Well, Crossbones maybe, but Crossbones.
He's a pirate.
He's kind of goofy because he's got the.
Bro,
he's cool, but he's got the goofy ass skull on.
He's
his
from
chest.
the same series as no. Tequila Gundam is from. Is Tequila Gundam from that?
I think that's Gundam X. Yeah.
I thought it was that. Is either that or G Gundam.
Maybe. I
don't remember. There's a lot of weird suits in G Gundam. Actually, fun fact: since we're talking about Wing Gundam first appeared in G Gundam. It was one of the mechs who's flying through the sky. He's actually in there, and you can like clearly see its wing.
Damn.
Like
all right.
and that's, I think a couple years maybe, or like it was like a brief bit before Wing actually came out.
It's so like a Pokemon thing.
It's like there he is. Yeah, they tease like Lucario 2 years before his game comes out.
Yeah.
And then you find those videos where like, oh, you do this to find Lucario in your Pokemon Emerald, because nobody fucking knew anything back then. Yeah. Anyway, Gundam.
Yeah.
He has his scythe. I haven't taken out. There's a lot of things to describe before we actually take him off his pedestal here.
Also, the effect, man. The effect on the laser.
That's the big versions, yeah. So first off, as always, I try to replicate the scene on the box, which I did. I took his scythe down for ease of recording because this is the bigger one, and it's very much in the way when trying to move him around. Also, you'll see with his actual wing cape thing, it will be in the way, but it's not a hindrance to the figure itself. It's just me trying to sit here and mess with it for however long, and I'll sit here and play with it for. It will get kind of annoying, kind of like Gurren Lagann, where I didn't put any of it. Oh, my water bottle.
Oh, Jesus.
It's okay. The water bottle didn't land on the site, so we're good.
Yay.
Go over there, and I'll slice my comparison figure. But yeah, again, Metal Robot Spirits box. Very nice, very cool. I like it. I love how they do their boxes. They look so cool. And then there's the design. This is on his stand, which I'll show off later. You know, the gold inlays with the words. Typical, I have no idea what it says on the back, but optioning gimmick. And you can see here's another dramatic pose of him. Showing where the die cast is, showing it's badass. I know size are cringe, and it's just like, it's a farming tool. It's not a weapon, but
makes it cool.
But like, look at it, it's cool. And of course, you can see he when he gets cold in the winter, he can cover himself up, and all the different options you can do. I love looking at these boxes because they show so much. Like there it is, and he just looks. It's well done. Like, I hate throwing these away because look at it.
They are cool. Pretty fancy boxes.
And they hold all the pieces the best, so I purposely keep all of them. Don't you do it. That's what I thought. So we'll bring in the guy himself. Overall, he's not going to... Because of how high I have him on the stand and his wings, he's not going to be fully in view, but I'll tilt up a bit so you can get a nice 360. One of these days I will have a spinning doohicker,
like a lazy Susan or something.
Yeah, little spinning display things, and you can see one complaint right off the bat. It's not the figure's fault, but it's something I want to make known. This skirt piece and this backpack piece do not agree. So you're not gonna get like I'll show it a bit more later when I pop them off here. but his legs will not go back all the way because this conflicts with this. It's just the nature of how the design is, kind of like Sazabi, or he's big but doesn't have a lot of range because he's gigantic. That's the point. He's not meant to be doing crazy kicks and flying around. He's meant to be a soaring tank coming to shoot you, even though he's meant to be a bit more agile because he can turn invisible and whatever else this particular suit can do. He's not doing back kicks and shit. He's being more samurai ninja. Oh, I'm sneaky and I'm gonna stab you. But the details on him are very nice, and as you can see, he actually comes with an extra arm to hold his scythe, which I wish Epion and Wing came with, because especially Wing, because the figure itself is great, but his stand is terrible. Of the most recent Metal Robot Spirits releases, especially the Wing ones, this is the absolute best stand they've done so far. Definitely better. Like, I can wiggle him. If I did this with Wing, he fell off already. But see, look, this is just me unplugging the whole thing. That was absolutely poor timing. But it's a much better plug. It actually like straight up it doesn't just click on, it slots on completely. Like there's grooves and everything to get him on there. So I'm actually get him in a better standing pose.
Yeah, it's decently solid.
Yeah, like it's of the three of Wing, where you see why he's cockeyed like that.
Yeah.
That's because the stand doesn't hold him.
Yeah.
He's only like that because the stand like if I wiggled him, he would fall off. And Epion, much better, definitely an improvement, but still kind of like loose. This is definitely the best one. This one is just because I didn't have that secured on there, because I had to, yeah, there we go, on there. And while I have this, I'll move this out of the way and show you the actual design. Nice shiny purple. Of course, it says Gundam Deathscythe Hell. And with the XXXG-01D2. Very cool. Again, I'm very appreciative that they actually include an arm to help out here. As for the colors and paint apps and everything, the blue, the not navy blue, but the darker blues on his arms look great. The little designs, like the little caution symbols on different parts of his body look great. The symbols on his arms, his head and eyes look great. If I can get it to focus up. The nice green with of course, his special V-fin, how it's shaped. The designs on the wing coat thing himself. See, it does accommodate, but this is just unforgiving. So there's that issue with it. You're not going to really get around it. It's just, it's the curse of the design, not a fault of the figure. I wouldn't really put it as a point against the figure. It's just, yeah, it's going to happen when you have big, bulky pieces like that on here, but it's okay, especially with him. Another cool thing is, see this? His shield, which comes unattached. You have to attach this in the box, and you can technically put it on either arm, but it goes on the left arm. It's on a little bit of a ball hinge, so it can move out of the way a lot, which I really appreciate, because it's really annoying when this stuff is just locked in place and you can't do anything about it. Similar to how well they did Epion's heat coils, or heat rods, whatever they're called. It moves pretty well and gets out of the way, and of course it splits open to accept the effect piece, and they move together, so if you move one, you move the other. That's very nice and very cool, very well designed. Though it is very pointy, and I feel like these things would be easy to snap off if you're not careful. So, typical warning of any toy or collectible figure, don't be stupid with it. Know its limitations.
Yeah, don't throw it against the wall too hard.
Too hard. Yeah.
Try like medium firmness.
Medium firmness.
Yeah.
That's going to be the title of it. Medium firmness. These are on a little bit of a hinge themselves too, so his coat pieces can kind of get out of the way, but only very. So again, limitation of the figure, but not necessarily a downside. It's the nature of the suit itself. There's going to be always give and take with suits. You can get them badass looking and cool, but there's going to be those takeaways, depending on how you get. The kind of shoulder pad pieces, I'll call, move up pretty well. They for the most part, are very unrestrictive. You can get his arm pretty well. If it was not for this being a metal piece, you really can't get out of the way. His arm could do a full 360. Really nice shoulder joints on this. The butterfly joint on these are really nice. It sticks out, but it's not offensive. It doesn't look like, oh god, that's god awful. It just looks like, yeah, it can do that. And it moves very much so forward. Very nice. Very good for how he holds his scythe. Everything barring his big shield pieces gets out of the way really well. And even then, these do get out of the way when you put them all the way up. And these are on ball joints as well. They're a little not tough, but they're sturdy. So you see, it catches right here and holds itself in place. And then you kind of have to move it up again. But you can move all these down and get him in the, oh, burr, it's cold mode. And they're over here. I'll show a bit later. They're little plastic pieces that click on the back of this when it's closed in here, like on this inner side. And it helps lock it in place completely so it will stay. So if you want to keep him all closed up for some reason in his, I don't watch the show, but in his Akatsuki cloak ass self, you could do that if you really wanted to.
The Edgelord poncho.
Yes. Poncho, yeah, the Wii poncho now. Talking about the back as well, his crunch isn't much. He can move side to side pretty well, and he does have a nice lean, but there is no real ab crunch, again, because of the back skirt. I'm sure this could come off if you really wanted it to, but I feel like I would notice it and it'd be annoying. As for the front skirts, they really do move out of the way. Move his arms up a bit. You can almost get 90 degrees on like a kick out here. Of course, backwards you can't get very far. Popped it off so you can pop it off the ball joint if you really want to, but it can. It's got the nice thigh swivel, nice deep knee bend, really nice. Ankles are nice. These things move out of the way. His little like his shoelaces, for lack of a better term. Nice ankle, and of course, unlike the other two, this one doesn't transform, thankfully, because I'm never gonna put those in those forms. But without it, he can get a full 90-degree kick forward, but yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'll snap that back on. Easy peasy. That's what I like about these new ones, especially. If something does go too far, it just kind of pops off instead of breaking. Most of these are on some nice ball joints, but you can really get those out of the way and move him around. His knee pads adjust to what you're doing too, which is nice. I think overall, for given the limitations of how he looks, he moves really well, and for the poses you want, like resting the scythe on the shoulder, or how I had him initially in the video started, him classically holding his scythe, it really, really does look real good. Really, really. As for really, to show off the scythe, this is the, let's see, I'm gonna stand him back on his stand real quick. Let me put it right in your porthole, buddy. I'm sorry. I always feel bad doing this because it just feels wrong. You didn't deserve this, bro.
It's so right.
If it's so right, and just ease them on in there. So just sit there and look cool. So this is one of two scythes. It's I guess 2 scythe combinations you can get. This is the extra long effect pieces for his Deathscythe, and it comes with a curved blade, or curved staff handle, whatever you want to call it, so he can kind of have the like swinging motion. And this is the scythe connector, because these just slot onto there. This is the non-collapsible version, because you can store this on the back of him where the back skirt was if you want to, but this is the one that doesn't do that. To grab.
And I am a sucker for glossy see-through plastic.
They're really nice.
It just looks
when it's done right. It's done right.
It's done very right here. Because there's a lot of like D&D miniatures and shit that are very much so
poopy.
Oh yeah, they try this and it looks like cheap, like gross.
And here are the regular versions of the blades. I'll take the longest one and compare it to the longest one on the current one I'm holding. See, it is about
the size of the short one.
Yeah, it's about basically the short one with a little bit of give, and this one's like slightly like half an inch or so off, maybe a little bit less, but significantly different enough that you can tell like, oh, these are the powered up ones compared to the average Scythe of death. Hell. These are the pieces I was talking about. They'll do here, they literally just clip inside of the jacket, and I guess similar to the transformed forms of like putting Wing in his bird mode and Epion in his Dragon Strike flying mega mode. I'm never gonna put him in closed mode unless I make like a Christmas display one year for haha giggles and give him a little Santa hat and say he's cold and put his jacket closed. So until I decide to get real silly like that, I'm not gonna do that. As for Mr. Hands, hold that.
Oh wow. I get to hold the thing.
Grab...
This show's interactive, guys. I love interactive shows.
Now donate to me right now.
You guys better be subscribing right now.
Then, as for his change of hands, he has his second pair of holding hands on. They have their I guess I'll call them the thumbs up hands because you can see his thumb is up. He's hitchhiking. Are you going his way? He wants to ride the highway all night long. He has 2 sets of the open splayed hands. Nice. Obviously left and right. The closed fist hands that he comes with in the box. I mean, just for a second, which are a nice little gunmetal gray. I like that. They're well done hands. They're nice. You get the big punch. And then he has just standard holding hands. I believe the thumbs out holding hands are more so for the curved blade, and these are for the standard blade.
Probably.
This is what it seems like, because like when I was looking off to imitate the picture on the box, you see him. He's holding the blade kind of curved with thumbs up. We had the high five episode. This is the thumbs up episode. And as well for his other effect pieces, he has his shield effect part, which you just split this, slot it in right there. And ta-da, so you can do that. I'm not as much as I like displaying it like that because it's super cool. I'm not going to do that right now because you can't do this while he's also holding the scythe. And even though, as you can tell with Epion back there, I like having them with their both their big mega moves going or their mega weapons as much as you can. You can't really do that with Deathscythe because this will get in the way, especially if it's all splayed out. So, then. He comes with the regular staff. It's just the non-curved, just gray plastic. Where is his other handle? Oh, it's over here. This is his standard scythe handle. They just collapse inward, and these fold inward. Cool. Yep, and you just store it right on his back. You see right here, spin him around. Right there. This little part. You can just snap it in there. I think it slides in or snaps it. And then they say in the instructions, it explicitly says, do not misplace. This is just like the collapsed staff part of the scythe. It just goes right in there, and there's that. I'm never going to use that. I'm going to keep it in the box and just like make sure. I might put some tape on it to make sure it doesn't just hop out. But so you can store his thing, and of course the blades of the standard one just kind of slide on just like normal. Put those there. Move these. I'll give you that to hold for a second.
And more interactivity. Man, you guys better be liking the video, bro.
Interactive gameplay.
Yeah, you guys better be interactive too.
And I'll just.
The algorithm doesn't like Ron. You guys can like Ron Ryko, but the algorithm doesn't. So
the algorithm don't like nobody no more.
Make the algorithm love him.
But now for some comparisons, just to give you an idea of scale, these ones are about like 5.5, 6 inches on average. So the first one, to match my shirt, and of course, like, it's the Gundam Universe Deathscythe. Just it's a standard version. This is not the hell version. It's just, regular form. You can see this one's more like kind of orangey yellow. And this is straight up more gold and pretty and beautiful. Similar blues. This is more of this black and gray, but the Universe Deathscythe is a bit bigger overall because this is more of a 6-inch line compared to the more this is like 6.5 inch, 6.5. This is more like 5 to 6 ish. But you can see the obvious. And this is a $179 figure compared to a $25 figure. Still very cool. Yeah, all the Gundam Universe, they're all like $20 except or $25 except for Sazabi, because he's the first of the new big line. He's $40.
Oh, okay.
And now Zephyraides, whatever the new guy, he's the next big guy in the next wave.
Yeah.
And if I were to guess, the next big one will be Tallgeese. too, because he's in wave 9.
Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt they'd make him the $40 one and load him out with everything, but we don't know.
He's like the meme one that everyone likes.
Yeah. And then we have we have a typical Lightning Collection figure as he's trying to do his meditation pose here.
And broke his legs.
Just spin him back around. So this is your average Lightning Collection figure. Again, he's on his stand, but Lunar Wolf is about half an inch maybe, so bigger than him. So just to give you a scale about what they sit at. Just because he's here and he's big, here's him next to Sazabi. This is the Gundam Universe Sazabi. This one should be out just before this one is. Big, Baboomba, gigantic. Definitely, this is not as comparable because he's literally huge, but I have him here and I want to show him, so I'm gonna. And then another comparison for you Dragon Ball fans. Here he is next to your average SH Figure Arts. This is Gogeta Blue because he's the strongest. He beats anyone, especially those dang red fur guys. Those guys are lame. Totally not going to do Vegeta here soon. And of course the hair makes him taller, but again, if you want to make Gogeta fight a Gundam, you can. I'm not telling you how to display your toys. Then the last kind of comparison I'll do here is against Wing. I'll just pop him off. Again, look how easy this one came off. I had to take off the entire stand part, and he stayed on the stand. The stand itself just came out of its holder. They look very well together. Of course, this is not the right Wing, and that's not the right Epion technically, because this is the mid/late game form. It's the Deathscythe Hell. It was hell. It was from more so the movie of Endless Waltz.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Glory of the Losers, where this one came out. And the next one in line is Ultron, which comes in May. So that happened before. It's okay. See, again, I kind of wish I had this arm here because it helps him keep his hand on. Because the gun's not heavy, but it is. They work together. They look good together, but they're not technically right. Same thing with Ultron. When he comes out, he's technically right, but I kind of wish they'd give us, like, Endless Waltz, everybody first, not just here's the 2 base ones.
Yeah, that is
and then
weird.
It's just like, we don't even have a Sandrock yet, I don't think. Give me a Tall Geese. Unless I just missed that one already. I wouldn't doubt it.
I think they already do have one of that.
In the Metal Robots? They might, but...
Metal? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know, actually.
I don't know if they've done that one yet. Like, I don't think there's a heavy armor. They've probably done their Robot Spirits one, which is just the regular plastic ones.
Yeah.
But not the big, fancy ones with... I'll buy
I was going to say, size-wise, but then they're pretty much all the same size.
Yeah, they're all roughly in scale.
So it's hard to tell.
Mm-hmm. But overall, if you like Wing... It's a very nice figure. I like it. I played with it 30 minutes before I even tried to record it, and I waited for him to show up today to do it instead. Very nice. It's a definite improvement in the stand. If you bought Wing and Epion, this one is way more sturdy, way more safe. He won't just, he won't side B himself off your shelf by breathing at him wrong. His little apparatus that holds him on the stand is way more secure. Definitely an upgrade. I wish they would have done that sooner, but I guess lesson learned now. I'm more excited for Ultron. I figure his is going to be really nice and be, like, hopefully as good as they can get it. But definitely a great figure. Looks great. Poses great. All the accessories you could have won and then some, really. Like, yeah. I didn't even think about having the curved blade, but they said, here, have it. So, very nice. Very, like, nice. And I have to change my display shelf now. I have to move little guy over here and my Versal Knight, because I guess this is going to be my new Wing shelf with these guys. So I got to make room for him and then make room eventually for Ultron, which I got months to do for that. But great figure. I really like it. And I'm thankful it was my housewarming gift. Thank you, Mr. Emerald Cold Gamer Mineral.
No problem.
Emerald.
Not a problem.
And he's green. There's greens.
Yeah.
There's greens. I can't have green without the green guy. Like, I have green.
I mean, it really just depends on what era you were really, like, got into Gundam into. But, like, pretty much Deathscythe is, like, the Gundam that you remember from that era.
Like, sure, Gundam Wing was the one that made Gundam popular in America and probably opened the door for, like, all other mecha, really, excluding Power Rangers. Power Rangers.
Yeah.
But
it doesn't really
Wing the Show is kind of hard to watch nowadays because wow, it's definitely an early 90s or 90s anime.
Hard to watch is an understatement.
But without it, we wouldn't be here with all these other ones as popular as they are in the United States. So I'll take it. And if you like what you see, leave a like down below. Subscribe for more content like this. Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! And figure reviews. The Mineral Gamers channel will be linked down below. Check out they got Chibi Robo. What's the other one you got?
We got Chibi Robo rolling out right now.
Fun Quest. What's that?
I'm doing a playthrough of Pokemon Scarlet.
Oh, he is doing that too.
I'm streaming that. Gonna be a few more surprises come later this year. I know some of y'all are mutual subscribers, but yeah, if you're not, come on over. We'd be
come
happy
on
to help
over.
you.
But we'll see you guys next time.